5 minutes past 3 p.m. right here on A-Farmers Media. This is the Farm Drive Show with me, Conor Kibe.
And ZJ Timo.
And definitely being the fourth day of the month of May, just say, may the 4th be with you. It's a chilly afternoon right here in Kitengela, and I hope you're having a lovely, interesting, amazing afternoon wherever you are watching. Remember, you're watching us on our Facebook live stream, that is A-Farmers with a Z at the end, and definitely on our YouTube page, that is A-Farmers Media. Definitely, as always, we are glad you could join us. Exactly like it's almost 6 minutes past 3 p.m.
Yes.
Tutaipiga hadi lale until 5 p.m. au sio? And definitely, before tuingie on air, tulikuwa tunaongelea the UEFA Champions League.
Yes.
The second leg. It is in Manchester, in our town. In our town.
Yes.
Leo kati ya PSG, that is Paris Saint-Germain, and Manchester City. Unakufa na gani? Man City.
Underdog.
By all means necessary. I'm dying with it's like the kicks of a dying horse for Manchester for PSG. Nakufa na Pochettino.
Tutaona tu.
My neighbors know. You know, they are like 6 kilometers away from Old Trafford. But no, we are not there with those neighbors. No, there's no home. Home is Old Trafford. But we have our people there. Anakufa na Mbappe, nakufa na Neymar, nakufa na Di Maria, nakufa na Herrera. There's no way I can support Man City. I know Man City is 2-1 ahead. But the same hope. Let me tell you, the same hope Arsenal has. They are 2-1 down. The same hope they have at watashinda Villarreal. The same hope I have. That today PSG takiuzia mtu.
Unshakable hope.
Unshakable. We'll come tomorrow, tuongelelea kesho.
Tutajua tu.
But kuna vile if PSG don't fail.
Usiku kuna kuja mchana. Usiku kuna kuja mchana kuna
mchana. Wacha kesho tutaona. But all the best to PSG. Man City chezeni vile mnataka. And definitely, so today we'll be discussing about something that has been termed as the oldest vegetable. Details of that and much more will be coming your way. But remember, also have the pan of the day. So katika kipindi cha Lala Salama, and definitely for those who are fond of having overdress or underdress, we'll be giving you the weather updates. Definitely for those on the roads, we'll be giving you the traffic updates towards the end of this amazing show. And so we get into cabbage farming and talked about cabbage, and every time I think about cabbage, I just think about Noah. All the time.
I knew.
All the time I think about Noah having to start at with 40,000 Kenya shillings. Alafu anaambia wewe fanye kitu utafurahi wewe. Upiga hii biashara utaacha ile kazi unafanya. Utaacha kutengeneza utaacha nini kufungua gates. Utaacha kufungua gates na windows. Utawacha.
Wow.
Utawacha. And so nabaki na 75,000 cabbages.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and I'm into depression. So when I was doing the research about cabbage, I was just thinking about Noah. And this is why we did this show, because we don't want you to be like Noah. When you're starting cabbage farming,
you just say, I know a guy. Oh, and it's a farmers.
Nice. I know a guy who aligongwa na hii cabbage farming. True. And definitely it's a versatile vegetable crop coming in a range of different colors.
Yes, sir.
At least that one I knew. These red vegetables. At least nimeziona. Yeah, nimeziona hapa. Yeah, so direct sijui kuna purple ama ni red, sijui ile picha kuna. Tutaweka pale kwa screen. Shapes with the different leaves and textures. They can be shredded in a salad, added to stir fries. Finally, this one is something that you can actually do as salads.
Yes.
Not spinach like yesterday.
Yes.
That one was weird. Just having spinach as salad. That one is very weird.
Okay.
You can also actually make soup out of cabbage. And due to the huge variety that cabbage grows into, it's possible to harvest cabbage almost year round. Anytime.
Your story a cabbage soup.
Tutafika hapo because iko na benefits.
Kweli.
Lakini siwezi. And in cabbage, just coming home, cabbage in Kenya grows well in altitudes between 700 and 2,000 meters above sea level, and with a base annual rainfall of 500 millimeters. Hiyo ni kidogo sana. So anywhere that you are, probably you are receiving a rainfall of 500 millimeters, you can actually grow cabbage, and the ideal growing temperatures are between 16 and 20 degrees.
Yes, sir.
Definitely see places kuna joto 16 and 20. Most towns in Kenya
Actually,
between there. Yeah. Yes. And also the soil is growing the best soil for growing vegetables should have a pH range of 6.0 to 6.5
alkaline
with high organic matter content.
Wow, very nice.
That's basic knowledge for cabbage.
And on that point of rainfall, even getting that cabbage requires rainfall. If you're irrigating, that means then that you not need lots of water.
Like because 500 limit ni mvua kidogo sana. Kwetu tuna receive probably 2000. So it's 4 times what is required. Yeah. So ukiwa Nyeri uitaki kuirrigate sana. Because you are receiving 2000 millimeters of rainfall. So 500 ni bare minimum, kidogo sana. And that's why cabbage is doing well all round.
Wow.
Every time, anytime.
So actually cabbage can also be a pivot crop there.
Yeah.
Like kales, like
ila kitu tu nataka kujua about cabbage, just make sure auja over irrigate. Cabbage na maji yazingiane vizuri. When you over irrigate cabbage, utatoka na very soggy cabbage. Yeah. So some fun facts about cabbage that probably you never knew. Cabbage is the grandfather of vegetables. Yes, it's one of the oldest veggies to exist over like 1,000 years ago. Ikiwekewa bash itafanya like double 1,000 candles. Literally double 1,000 candles. And people throughout the world just keep on eating, and sioni kama inaenda mahali popote.
Hapana bana, unajua ndio nini inaitwa staple food. China man.
Yes. And we are getting there because in ancient China people believe cabbage was a magic cure all for bald men. Yeah. Bald men. Watu ambao nywele kidogo iliwapotea huku juu.
I do not feel offended.
You have a name. You're going there. It's a direction. You're going there. So where cabbage uachi anytime soon.
No, I don't.
Yako ni genetic ama ni wewe kwanza?
I think ni genetic.
Mzai pia anacheza kama yeye.
Hiyo ndio form.
Yake ni kipara ama ni bad tu?
I think ni kipara.
Unaenda hapo usijitoe. It's kama umetengeneza
mimi na cabbage hivi sasa.
Yeah, wewe na cabbage sio mkiachana. Anytime. In fact unafaa kutengenezwa soup. It's that bad.
That cabbage soup.
We're not trying to say like sijui ati hairline yangu ni overgrown, you know. No, we just say na sina hizo jeans za kipara.
It is well.
Sina jeans.
Nitakula cabbage.
Sina dalili.
Nitapanda cabbage.
Sasa mimi nikipata cabbage. Niki invest in cabbage.
Utamwenyewe hadi hapo.
Yeah, we are descendants of Esau. Sisi ni wana wa Esau. Tumetoka huko kwa Esau. Nyinyi mlikuwa wa? Sisi ni Esau. Nyinyi ni nani?
Jacob.
Nyinyi wa Jacob.
Jacob alikuwa na kiara.
Yakobo hapo. Ndio maana alivyo ile ngozi. Jacob na nywele. Sisi wenye tuko na nywele. Esu. Ni Esu. Descendants of the
smooth skin.
Nyinyi smooth skin. Ndio watu wa Yakobo. Sisi ni watu wa Esu. The third one is rid yourself of the terrible migraines by drinking raw cabbage. No. No, I can't do this. Raw cabbage juice daily. No.
I'm telling you that is a secret ingredient. You will be surprised how ends and extends people go. Nowadays people have adjusted their diet. Unaweza pata mtu wako anakunywa maji ya ndimu, anakunywa kabisa. Watu wanakunywa.
I've never recovered since Lillian just took a raw beetroot like kama carrot. Never. Sasa unaniambia ni recover from that. What about drinking raw cabbage?
Imagine how juicy that is. Just blending raw cabbage.
Or actually placing a warm compress filled with crushed cabbage on your forehead. That works. No. Utilize cabbage the right way.
The hot leaf cabbage.
Migraines zote zinawacha. Watu wa Arsenal, unajua watu wa Arsenal kuna stress. Kuna stress. Stress unaumangwa na hapo.
Yes.
Migraines ni hapo.
Yes.
Watu wa Arsenal wanaumangwa na hapo. Arsenal fans ni hapa.
Ni lifetime stress.
Yeah, lifetime. It's just here. It never goes in. So stress ni hapa. Hapa ni migraines, then stress, then Arsenal fans. Yeah. Even ndio inaendanga. So for Arsenal fans, I think Dennis can try this. It will work. Yeah. Just try crush cabbage alafu uweke kwa moto kidogo ikwe warm. Wekelea hapa.
Try this at home.
On Thursday. Dennis anaweza jaribu hiyo. It will work for you. Yeah.
It is one.
Yes, and for the fourth one, actually, the largest cabbage dish ever made was on 19th December 2008 in Macedonia, sitting with 80,191 cabbage rolls weighing around 1,221 kg.
Wow, 86,000 cabbages.
80,191 cabbage rolls.
Sasa cabbage moja, ya pili, ya tatu.
People are just crazy.
Mpaka 86,000.
They're just trying to break records. Na sijui walikuwa wanashindana na nani?
Walikuwa wanashindana na nani?
Nani? No competition. Hakuna. Anyway, just people do some crazy.
Ama waligawia watu kwa store.
Mnashindana na nani?
Cabbage soup, cabbage breakfast, cabbage lunch, cabbage.
Anyway, and the ditch the aluminium. What is this? Okay. The aluminium when cooking cabbage.
Yes.
I don't understand this fun fact because it's not fun. Let me try about China. China is the largest manufacturer of cabbage, actually. While Russia consumes the most cabbage in the world. So this one's produced, Russia
eats.
Yeah. The poor people, though,
they eat cabbage.
They eat cabbage.
We cabbage.
They consume cabbage.
So let me ask you a question. This meal for 80,000 cabbages, was this made in Russia?
No, in Macedonia. Macedonia city. Yeah. Watu wa Macedonia waliamua tu competition is dead, RIP, so it's us against the world. And they decided to make that dish of 8,181 cabbage rolls. For what?
Don't even.
For what?
And now to Russia, Sasa. The way Russia is big, it has to consume the whole of China.
They must consume cabbage. And cabbage, actually, applied externally, helps with slow healing wounds. Compressed made of fresh cabbage leaves are especially effective in cases of wounds. So if you have any wound,
cabbage.
Yes. That also goes to Arsenal fans. They have so many wounds to heal. They can't heal anytime soon. So probably football will never heal. Cabbage will. Cabbage will. Arsenal fans, cabbage will heal you. One day, one time. Don't worry.
You're loyal, my G's. You're loyal.
And actually, the eighth one, various antioxidants present in cabbage protect skin from damage, especially from UV light.
Wow, you can see the skin is cabbage.
Okay. Are you trying to say bald people or bald men for that case? Wanakuanga na some good skin.
Yeah, smooth skin cabbage.
From the UV light.
From the UV.
Ile wanatoa kutoka kwa shamba. That one doesn't work. See, lakini you know, if you're bald, you have money.
Very true.
And if you have money, you don't consume cabbage.
Who said so?
No, si tulisema jana.
But
before, that was the notion.
But now we are adjusting standards.
Siku hizi ukikula ugali cabbage unaambia unakula kama sungura. So when you said about ugali skuma, ugali spinach, you said that one is a balanced diet. So mtu asiwahi kuambia ni chakula ya maskini, chakula ya mtu anapenda their health.
I think also we need to adjust and start eating ugali and cabbage. But there is also another balance.
Is it? We shall see about that. And the last one, cabbage is also often applied to the face to clear up acne-prone skin. So if you have acne, probably you can try cabbage. Apart from other medicinal drugs that you take or any other means that you use to clear acne, you can try cabbage. I don't know how true that is, but you can try.
Lakini ya watu wakini wanapenda machakula watu. Avocado, cucumber.
Whatever works, whatever floats their boat, they will do it.
They will do it.
Ukishaambiwa uko na acne, bro, you'll try anything.
Cabbage.
Anything. And it's always food. But I think it's just a faith, yeah? A faith. And so, straight to how to grow cabbage. And growing of cabbage depends on the alkaline to neutral soil in which a well-prepared bed is made. And so pay attention to the space or seed spacing requirements on the packet. Different varieties actually should be spaced at different intervals. So there are different varieties of cabbages.
With different spacing intervals.
Yeah, exactly. And so farm them in well to prevent cabbage rot.
Yes.
Cabbage root, fly laying eggs in the soil around the stem.
Yes.
And also use a root collar if necessary. So there are two things. when you actually spacing these varieties of cabbages, the seeds, just make sure to prevent cabbage root flying laying eggs in the soil around the stem. So pia ukipanda kuna hizi root flying laying eggs zinaweza kuwa anywhere in the soil, especially in the soil. So make sure they are not anywhere near the stems, because zikienda pale now inakuwa ni normal. And you can also use the root collar. The root collar.
The root collar is, I think it's, I've not heard of root collar. What is it?
Root collar.
I think ni ile watu wanekanga unachimbia hapo alafu neka kando. I don't know if it's that.
It's like protecting the roots or something. Yeah.
From especially pests. Okay, yes. Okay.
And also it can protect from having these root flying laying eggs from getting to the stem.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's another way of preventing these laying eggs.
Root collars.
Yeah.
You told
unaziweka tu pale down karibu na soil, just where probably there are the roots in the soil, mali zinakutana, just put the root collar. Yep. And feed cabbages with nitrogen rich liquid food every fortnight, that is 2 weeks. And also your cabbage should be ready to harvest after around 20 weeks. That we're talking about 5 months or something. Around 5 months, 4-5 months, depends with where you come from. You know, if you plant your cabbage in 500 millimeters per, that's the amount of rainfall you're receiving. Alafu linganisha na 2000 millimeters.
Really.
That's 4 times. So probably haitakuja the same time.
And I also think it's also
just
about
like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, 3 to 4 months, depending with the area.
Yeah,
very true. And also the desired size of the head of the cabbage. Umeona ukienda kwa market kuna cabbage ya 25,
kuna 40,
50. Kuna kichwa kubwa.
But on our way coming out of Subukia,
yes,
tuliona cabbage big, but they're selling at 20 shillings.
Subukia mlinunua?
Mtu amesimamisha tu lori kwa barabara anauza cabbage
20 shillings.
Yeah.
Mlinunua?
No, actually it was like what do you call it? We were doing a survey.
Yes.
And Noah asked what it was from afar, tunaona lori imesimama.
Yes.
Alafu anasema what is the probability that hiyo lori belongs to someone, to quote unquote msapiri. What is the probability? And tunaona vizuri kuna kitu anauza, but from afar we couldn't see. Kufika pale nauza cabbage. Amesimamisha tu lori mahali, hakuna soko hapo. Okay, kuna soko but zimefungwa, ni vibanda but it's closed.
Yes.
Yeah, watu wajitumi. It's almost 12:01.
Hey, mjamani.
So I think ni wasee wa kufungua duka jioni wanunua from this guy.
Wow.
Cabbage ni kubwa na 20 shillings.
Wow. Kwa hivyo mjamani anauza wholesale.
Ni kama alitoa tu kwa shamba straight. You know, these people don't have anything to like overgain.
Yes.
Sasa hawajatoa kwa mtu, wametoa from their farm. Yeah. So si ati wana bargain bei, ati wanasema sasa juu nilinunua hii kwa huyu nitauza hii. So wenye wananunua hapo probably hao ndio wataenda kuuza 40 shillings. Ni lazima wakule profit yao. Yeah. Ule jamaa ametoa kwa shamba ashapata profit yake. Amepiga hesabu yake vizuri.
20 shillings per head.
Yeah.
Amepata profit, imagine.
So pale kama Noah angekuwa amecheza kama yeye,
angekuwa soko
those days angekuwa sokoni mbaya,
angekuwa na boy.
Yeah,
Simamishe lori hapo katikati ya road.
We learn.
Very true.
We learn.
Believe it, we learn.
Yeah. Na kama ni yeye alisimama, wewe ni nani?
Kweli kabisa.
Yeah. Kama yeye alisimama, yeye alitengeneza juice, probably came up with juices. So, alikuwa anapeana cabbage hadi anaambiwa hivyo. Ni sawa. Hakuwa anainvitiwa kwa wenyewe, ndio alikuwa anajua atakuja na cabbage. Akiitwa anaambiwa anajua usite atakuja na cabbage.
Wacha trend.
Usite huyo mbaya. Hiyo atakuja na cabbage. Akikupigia simu na hold up, cabbage zile ulinipea tujamaliza. We'll make cabbage soup for you. Just chill.
Singejiona na hiyo time. Sasa ningekuwa na flow kama yako.
Ungejua na hiyo time.
Ningejua.
But yako iko kwa jeans, huwezi toka. You can't just no. No, you're not the person to change how things are supposed to be. Yako iko kwa jeans.
Nimekubali.
Hata kama cabbage inasema itakusaidia kubalance. Yaani when you're bald usiwahi ati nikosa nywele. At least unaona moja ama mbili. You know? Like to keep your kinyozi afloat. Usifanye kinyozi afunge. Sisi tunaona moja bila unasema hey thank God. Neno nanyolewa anapata pesa yake. Maisha ni rahisi. Usifunge vinyozi. Yeah. So ukikunywa hiyo juice ya cabbage,
unajenga mtu kinyozi.
Utajenga mtu kinyozi. Tusaidiane kwa economy. And so how to grow cabbage from a seed?
Yes.
Different cabbages can be sown at different times of the year.
Yes.
We've talked about cabbage just being grown all around the year. For the best results, sow seeds indoors 2 centimeters deep.
Yes.
And indoors you're talking about hapo kwako tu mtu wangu, sawa? 2 centimeters deep in pot or trays. Hii ni watu wale wanataka kufanya, you're just having your DIYs pale nyumbani. Yes. Umeamua not outfield. Unataka kutengeneza yako spiral, whatever. Yeah. Umepanga tuka kitu pale kwa balcony yako. So you can just do 2 centimeters deep in your pot, trays or whatever you're doing, or a spiral. And place on a sunny windowsill. Usiweke kwa giza karibu na jua, right? Ama pale kwa balcony hapo juu. And after about 5 weeks, all right?
Yes.
Plant the young cabbages outdoors.
5 weeks.
Yeah,
that's 1 month.
So, for example, you're living in that house of yours and you're blessed to have a balcony.
Yes.
You decide unatengeneza tu, it's like a big pot.
Yes.
Na hapa ndio utapanda nini zako. So just place them there,
yes.
place the seeds.
Yes.
And then unaiweka hapo juu ya balcony, mahali utapata mwangaza.
Yes.
Then after 5 weeks you decide now it's time for you to get out. Yeah. So you take them outdoors. And the cabbages do best in a sunny pot with moist. Wow. Definitely we talked about water. Just the way you as a person, you need water in your body for your body to run or to do everything.
Yes.
Also plants, and especially right now we're talking about cabbage, need water. So must be moist. And the alkaline soil that has plenty of well-rooted organic matter, such as a garden compost, must be added. So if you talking about soil testing now, tushaingilia sasa kazi yetu. It's about soil testing. So definitely hapa mali umefika, you are floating. You don't know your alkaline soil, you don't know your pH soil. Uko pale nyumbani, uko na pot yako, iko na soil. You don't know the pH of that soil. Yes. You don't know if it's alkaline. On all that, don't worry. You know what? A farmer's got you. So if you want your soil to be tested, if you want to understand your pH, if you want to get the seedlings from your cabbage, definitely you know what to do. The numbers are running on your screen. Just call that number. Or kama credit imekuishia kidogo, bundles pia zimekuishia, just comment on the section below, or definitely can DM us. Ama kama unatumia YouTube, just comment there the location. Definitely we talked about the logistics. Sio kwa shida. So and the proximity, usishangae niko Marsabit, niko Iloitoktok, nitapata hizo seeds. Don't worry, we can all work about the logistics. And definitely prices zetu ziko sawa na quality iko juu zaidi. Right? So if you have any problem regarding your soil, or you want some soil testing, ama unataka seedlings, cabbage or anything else we've been discussing on this show, definitely you know what to do. A farmer's got you. If you want advice, to seek advice from our agronomist or anyone, you know what to do. Our numbers, or definitely kama sahi uko kwa bundles, because you are streaming live on our Facebook page and YouTube, you can comment and talk to us. Tuambie shida iko wapi ama ni nini unataka kutusaidia, and gladly we will be of help. Sio? And so just continuing with how you need actually to grow your cabbage from the seeds. Now we go straight to not only will the plants grow better, but also through we're talking now, if you think the soil that you have before you do your soil testing is acidic.
Yes.
We've talked about alkaline soil, right? Sasa ukishafikiria sasa yangu ni acidic, hakuna kitu naweza change. You know, utaenda sijui wapi utoe mchanga alafu lete kwako. No, that one doesn't make sense really. So if you think your soil can be acidic, then do a pH test. Talked about, you can just talk to us, we can help you with that, and add lime to the soil.
Very true. Which is a neutralize.
Ina neutralize. Watu walifanya pH kama kidogo chemistry ilikushinda, wewe kuja tu na notebook. Hapa kuna notes kadhaa
tutakushanua.
Kidogo utakuja na notebook juu hii nayo utauma nje. You're not ready. Lime is a neutralizer.
Very true.
So itasaidia because your soil is acidic. So if you add some lime,
inateremsha
pH yako sasa inaanza kuchezea around 6.0 to 6.5. Unakuwa tu sawa kutengeneza cabbage. And And this one is very necessary because it will not only help the plants to grow better, but also it will help in prevention of the fungal diseases, especially found in the roots. Yeah.
You remember when we were talking about carrots and talking about alkaline soil 6.0, 6.5.
Yeah.
Ukiona this simple plants to farms kuma wiki tuliongelelea
uliziita pivot prod
zinachezea hiyo 6.0, 6.5. And most soils actually determine with the area you are in. If you're in mountainous soil, then you bet your pH is high.
Yeah.
If you're in such plains kama mali tuko sahi, you bet your soil inachezea hapo 7, 8, 6.5. So it's very advisable to do soil testing. Inakupea go ahead.
Inakwambia sasa unaweza kutengeneza cabbage.
Yes, kabla uweke plants hapo zichomeki.
It's just good to, you know, people, unajua watu wanaangalia mchanga hivi nasema hainaweza. Hii iko sawa bana. Unashika kusema hii inaweza. Unakuja pale invest 1 acre, unapiga pesa mingi pale, hakuna hata hazitoki, hakuna mizizi.
You can imagine the loss.
Can't even surface from the ground because you've not done your soil testing na hujajua pH yake inakaaje.
Yes.
So don't be that person. Yeah. Or probably out there you've had such an experience, just share. Yes. We talked about just laughing about your experiences just as we do to our boss, and then we move because we live, we learn, and people learn from your experiences. People learn from the mistakes that you've made in the past. Na unajua ukisha learn, you don't actually repeat the same mistakes.
And actually it's an opportunity for even us as youngins to learn from them, the old school people. Unajua sasa mtu alimake blunder kama hiyo point ya cabbage na market. Sasa tutajua next time the event ita happen, tuna pull up lorry katikati ya barabara tunaanza kuuza cabbage.
So right now it's making sense when you're doing the pH, uko na changa itaitumia wapi? Nitatumia mambo ya pH wapi? Ndio hii sasa. Ndio hii. Kama ulikwama chemistry, ukashangaa itaniwaisadia wapi? Kama you want to venture into farming, you just have to have a bit of knowledge about pH. Na kuneutralize, na kama wewe uko mahali kama hapa kidogo uko kampani acidic soil, na unasukumana unapambana nao pale cheza karibu 8 something. There you need neutralizer. Probably you've talked about the lime soil.
Yes.
So you just need to understand your pH. It's very, very important to do that. And also now to spacing requirements, because we say that is very, very important. Remember, spacing requirements vary depending on the type of cabbage, as we said you are growing. So growing spring cabbages, talking about 25 centimeters apart.
Yes.
That's for the spring cabbages.
Yes.
So remember, we talked about before you venture into any agribusiness or any farming.
Yes.
Talked about 2 things. You need to have your research right.
Yes.
Your business plan right.
Kweli kabisa.
Lazima ukomeka hizi vitu mbili. And also pale lazima uende, si lazima uende hospitali literally, lakini lazima ukue wewe umetengeneza dosage yako na ikuwe na vitu mbili ndani. That is patience and also intentionality. So lazima ujidunge, si overdose, some good, some good dosage. Lazima ukue very intentional and very patient, because if you're not patient with some of these plants or some of these crops, it's going to be tough for you. So just be very intentional, be very, very patient. Definitely have your research right. If you have your research right, if you have your business plan right, you'll understand that spring cabbage needs 25 centimeters apart from one another in terms of spacing.
Yes.
Within that centimeters between the rows.
Yes.
And summer cabbages will need 38 centimeters. And this, now we are talking about the seasons.
Yes.
And easy seasons, they are transferred from Nimaju. Talking about the spring cabbage. So we piga hesabu yako pale ujue when is the spring, talking about autumn, winter, ingine ni gani? The summer. Summer.
Spring.
Spring, autumn, and
winter and summer.
Yes. So we'll be right back with how to actually plant all these cabbages and the spacing, and definitely how to grow them. This planting and the growth of cabbage.
Yes.
And definitely if you're out there na leo mvua imekunyeshea because ulikuwa umeamua wewe lazima ushainie watu muscles zako, lazima uoneshe uko na t-shirt mpya, don't worry. Tutakwambia kama unataka kutuonesha uko na jezi mpya Arsenal, don't worry, we'll help you kesho ufiche hiyo jezi, because we don't see small teams around us. So all that after this short break.
Great.
Drip irrigation is a type of micro-irrigation system, or sometimes called trickle irrigation, that has potential to save water and nutrients by allowing water to drip slowly to the roots of plants, either from above the soil surface or buried below the surface from a system of small diameter plastic pipes fitted with outlets called emitters or drippers. The emitters slowly drip water into the soil at the root zone, therefore moisture levels are kept at optimum range, thus improving plant productivity. You can grow different crops using drip irrigation, be it tomatoes, spinach, skuma wiki, beetroots, celery, and many more crops will thrive using drip irrigation method. Drip irrigation is especially beneficial as it provides better plant health, less waste, reduced risk of diseases, money saving, weed control, and saves time. Drip irrigation is the most efficient water and nutrient delivery system for growing crops. Melon is a trailing vine in the gourd family. The word melon can refer to either the plant or specifically to the fruit. Watermelon is a type of melon that is sweet and refreshing fruit. Watermelons can either be grown on home gardens for small-scale farmers or large-scale depending on the market demand. You can either transplant or plant watermelon seeds directly. For best performance, plant watermelons in hot, sunny locations with loose, fertile, well-drained soil that is rich in organic matter. It is best to plant watermelons on raised rows and ensure that the soil pH is between 6.0 to 6.8. On average, it takes around 3 months for a watermelon to grow from seed to mature fruit, with smaller varieties having shorter growing times than larger varieties of watermelon. Watermelon growing, if done rationally and on a scalable basis, can be a good source of income.
Seventeen minutes to 4 p.m. right here on A-Farmers Media. This is the Farm Drive Show with me, Conrad Kibit.
And it's JT Mo.
And definitely having an interesting conversation about the oldest veggie that has blown 1,000 candles, literally, because it's more than 1,000 years old, and will never stop being the veggie that is. It is as of today, and people will continue having cabbages. And definitely, as we're having the conversation, we having someone here called Levi Ruto. Levi Ruto amesema wachana na watu wa Arsenal kabisa bro. Sawa. Nimeachana na watu wa Arsenal. But the only thing nitawahi wachana na watu wa Arsenal if you just win. On Thursday if you win, I'll never speak about Arsenal. Zip. Anyway, because you're talking about Arsenal, it's because sometimes people fail in cabbages, right? People fail planting cabbages. Just like the way Arsenal fails, But it's good to have, it's good to have an example, Arsenal always fails, but they rise. Yeah. So it's good to have an example. Yes. So even doesn't include but Levi to me agree. I'll stop talking about Arsenal after you win. You beat Villarreal on Thursday. Honestly, I'll stop talking about Arsenal. Kabisa hiyo tumeagree. Sawa. Sasa twende kwa wale ambao walinyeshewa ama waliweza kumbua nayo iliwapata vibaya. So we'll be talking about the weather updates, and in Nairobi tomorrow, kesho kutakuwa na mvua nyingine heavy, and temperature will be around 18 degrees, and for Mombasa a bit cloudy with no rain, no sunshine, and temperatures will be as low as 27 degrees. For Nakuru, Eldoret, Thika and Kisumu, pale mvua itanyesha vibaya sana, temperatures being 16, 15, 21 and 19 degrees as low as those temperatures, respectively. And definitely Malindi also will be a bit sunny and cloudy at the same time, the temperatures being as low as 27 degrees. And Kitale pia kutakuwa na mvua, temperatures being 16 degrees. Watu wa Kakamega, Kachmeg, kutakuwa na mvua kesho, and Kakamega has been raining by the way. And with temperatures being as low as 17 degrees. Twende watu wa Wajir kesho mvua hiyo nayo muione view sasa, because kesho kutakuwa na jua ingine kubwa sana with the temperatures being as high as 31 degrees. And also Voi kesho kutakuwa mvua kubwa zaidi na jua kidogo. Itakuwa ni ile, you don't understand about that weather, but just make sure you are actually prepared adequately because the temperatures will be around 26 degrees. Watu wakiricho, watu wa chai chai, watu kutupea tea. Also be having experience in some heavy rainfall, with temperatures being as low as 15 degrees. Twende the last two, watu wa Earth River kesho pia mtakuwa na mvua, with temperatures being as low as 19. Definitely tunamalizia na Kajiado kesho kutakuwa na mvua, temperatures will be as low as 19 degrees. So make sure if you're a farmer, if you're out there, you're planning to farm, you're planning to harvest, whatever you have planned, because you must have your calendar in check as a farmer. Whatever you've planned, make sure you are planned accordingly, according to the weather. It's party off guard. Na kama unatembea ukienda town ama mahali ambapo unaenda kesho, just make sure you are in line with the weather. Usikuje unavaa trench coat na uko na matope ya kinono unaenda Nairobi, kuna jua, kumewaka jua. So make sure you actually advise accordingly. If you're a farmer and if you are doing any business out there, just make sure you're safe and avoid being or actually overdressing or underdressing. Right? Yes. So now into the oldest veggie.
Yes.
I'm talking about cabbage. And now how to plant cabbage.
Yes, planting.
Planting sasa. We talked about how to prepare, especially in the seedlings.
Yes.
If you're doing your DIYs pale nyumbani kama private project, unatumia pot, unatumia the spiral stairs or whatever. Now it's planting the cabbage sasa. Ni kuweka ndani. And so before planting the seedlings outdoors, harden off the plants over the course of the week. Lazima uharden because you're taking it sasa pale temperatures hazitambui. Kuna nyesha, kunaweza waka jua. Now it's deep into the soil, uko kwa uwanja.
True. And remember, the hardening process is all about kupunguza maji.
Kupunguza maji, don't
expose.
Exactly. Tulisema ni kupapasa. Unajua umeipapasa pale kwa balcony. Kama ni karufu kachapati inapata. Kama ni nini inapata. Kama ni joto ya nyumbani inapata. Sasa inaenda kwa shamba sasa. Pale hakuna mama yako. Kote hakuna mama yako pale. Kama dunia huko ni dunia sasa. Unaipeleka kwa dunia. So you have to like just unaipimia kidogo. Kama ni maji ulikuwa unaipatia thrice a day, I don't know why. Just anza tu kidogo 1.5. Unaenda tu ukipima maji na ukipima the times of the number of times you actually watering and all that. Just make sure it's a bit hardened. And then usisoftishe sana alafu iende pale outdoor
ikuwe story nyingi
inazima.
And true, and if you don't actually, most of the time, if you do not harden your plants, they don't survive the first 2 weeks.
They don't.
Spinach, cabbage, kales, if you're transplanting, if you did a karini pale seedling alafu nakuja una transplant it not hardened, zina go through tough time.
Yes. And also we talked about this yesterday. Transplant small plants outdoors on a cloudy afternoon or morning or jioni. 2 to 3 weeks before the last date that ulitoa pale. So it's 2 to 3 weeks ndio uta transplant. Ukiwa umeweka pale indoors. We talked about morning, cloudy or jioni. Mambo ya kuweka hii transplanting saa 6 usiku jioni. No, okay. Usiku sako fanyeni hivi jioni. Before uende biashara zako fanya around 6-5:30 around there. Kama ni msee wa asubuhi mchana, manze ipige saa 1 6 to 8 there. Hako kajua kana kwa kazuri. It's not that heavy. But now if you are a lazy person and you're trying to do it at 1 p.m. surely you're not doing any justice to yourself and the plant. So make sure your timing is okay. Your timing is early mornings, late evenings, and also if you are a lazy person, unaweza angukia upate a cloudy afternoon, which is very rare. But just make sure to be on the safe side. Umeifanya in the morning or jioni kabisa. Right? And also still on how to actually plant cabbage. Plant seedlings 12 to 24 inches apart in rows. All right? Depending on the size of head desired. The closer your plant, the smaller the cabbage head. So ukiziweka hivi nini yako inakuwa ndogo.
Kichwa ni kadogo. Actually with cabbage you have to, you know, like unaona venye cabbage tumesema kichwa kubwa, kichwa ndogo. Actually that sometimes majorly depends on the spacing. Because it's like carrot. The more room you leave, the more bulk you have for it.
We talked about overcrowding. Overcrowding, hakuna kitu inakusaidianga na overcrowding. going to events anywhere, overcrowding hadi kwa lines sijui za kupiga kura, nothing. You know, anywhere you're having overcrowding, it doesn't really help. So if same case applies to plants, so just make sure the spacing is good, well enough to have a good head for your cabbage. And actually we talked about the closer your plants, the smaller the head. So just make sure the spacing is okay. The head for your cabbage will be actually big enough for you to actually sell it out there. Mtu anaona cabbage na 40, that one is worth. That one is worth. Umeiweka vizuri. It's the payment that you get from actually just making sure zime space. Usiziweke kama hizi this is a mixer. Usiziweke kama mixer hii yetu hapa. You can just probably hapa alafu wengine hapa. You know, it's given room hapa. It's a good hand, right? So how to grow cabbages? When seedlings reach about 5 inches tall, thin to leave the desired space between them. And so if you wish to transplant the thin seedlings elsewhere, that is what you do. Just make sure ukishafika around 5 inches tall. Pale now tulisema ni kama mtoto, you must be there all the time. You must be there to observe. So ukishafika wakati wa kuthin, just know imefika 5 inches. If you need to thin, do it. It's very very important. And especially when you're transplanting elsewhere. So kama imefika hiyo 5 inches, it's okay to transplant. It's okay to thin, whatever you desire. Remember hapa kuna manual but hakuna manual.
Kuna manual lakini hakuna manual.
Yeah, it's like there is manual in theory, but practical ni wewe. Sitakwambia hapana usitoe bado hujafika wakati unaona inanyeuka ama unaona imefika 5 inches. Yeah, because you talked about the weather, the climate,
and weighing the options as well. Kuna unaweza desire like when kuna sema ukiharvest una harvest na head desire unapata. Leo if you transplant
na watu wataki kubwa sana.
Unaweza thin kidogo na transplant next week hivyo. Yeah, according to how you desire.
So also mulch thickly around the area to retain moisture and regulate soil temperature. So we talked about the mulch. The mulch tulisema immediately ukifanya nini? Ukiona imechipuka kutoka kwa ground, toa the mulch, right? So but you can actually just add the mulch so that it can retain the moisture, because talked about cabbage na maji kidogo ukioverdo inakuharibikia, inakuwa ni tricky. And also regulate the soil temperature. Right? And also water 2 inches per square foot per week. Unaweza tengeneza tu.
You even see water ni 2 per square
inches. Yeah, like square cabbage na maji zingiani mahali. So just make sure umejipanga, unasema this section today ndio nitaweka maji. Alafu ile section kesho. Per week. Unahakisha aka section ndio naweka hii wiki. Hii section nyingine, because if you overdo with water with cabbage on cabbages, itakuwa ni noma kwako.
Soggy cabbages.
It's very very soggy and it's not actually good for you. And also now we go to pests and diseases. Hapa sasa ndio kizungumkuti inaingililia. And so we have several types of pests and diseases. We have aphids, cabbage loopers, cabbage root maggots, cabbage worms, club root, cutworms, flea beetles, downy mildew, slugs and snails, stink bugs. This is what
actually a remedy for majority of plants. I've seen interplanting quite really work. Like unaona mtu amepanda cabbage for instance, anapanda mahindi kwa edges. Ama anapanda katikati. Inakuwa distraction number 1, distraction ya hizo what do we call them? Pests and diseases. Inazi distract. So unapata instead of the pest attacking the cabbage, attacking the maize, your cabbage is healthy. And also for the shielding and shading.
At least mtu atajua umeweka cabbage pale katikati.
And also you can advise the farmer to be concurrent with the calendar kupiga dawa.
Hapo sasa ndio watu wanaanguka mtihani. Because and that's why we talked about the calendar being very very important. If you know this is the right time to actually harvest, the right time to actually kupiga dawa, hapa sasa ndio pests zinakuanga mingi wakati wa mvua, wakati wa just have your calendar right.
Na pia unasikiza huku nje, unasikia farmers wako kwa sababu unaweza kwa you'll be farming cabbage and your neighbor is farming cabbage, and there's an outbreak of something.
Yeah.
Which can spread to your farm.
True.
So you have to be all ears.
Very sharp. Lazima uko unasikiza hizi vitu, because if you're not on the ground, if you're not actually understanding or just listening to what people are talking on the ground, you have tunajieke hapo, then you'll suffer.
Very true.
You'll have yourself to blame. And so it's very important to actually just interact with other farmers, just know what is happening to them.
Yes.
Just know kama hata hizi probably club route ipatikani kwenu ama you've never seen it.
Yes.
And so it's there, but you have no idea of it.
Yes.
Ama inakwanga rampant mahali unatokea, and you don't talk to people, not done your research.
Yes.
Just an introvert who just is
farming for your own.
Yes, and it's very selfish. You're not talking to other people. It's
Share the
really
knowledge.
Now ukitaka kukaa peke yako hautaenda mbali.
Ni kweli.
Hautaenda mbali. Now we have already done we've talked about the germination. Remember, you've done our research.
Yes.
Tumenunua seeds from the farmers already.
Yes.
Tushaita agronomist moja, ametupatia information yenye tunahitaji.
Yes.
Ameshaanza, you have that agronomist on the farm. Amekwambia what you need,
Yes.
the fertilizers that you need,
Yes.
what is necessary, what you require. Your soil
pH
has been tested.
Yes.
pH yako amehakikisha iko sawa.
Yes.
This agronomist from a farmer sasa anapanga mizigo yake,
Yeah.
anarudi kazini.
Yeah.
Sasa ni wewe umeacho pale, you've done your germination.
Yes.
Umepeleka pale, you've transplanted now to the field.
Yes.
Umewater vizuri. You've made sure there are no pests and diseases.
Yes.
Umewacha nature ifanye kazi.
Kweli kabisa.
70 to 80 days you have your things ready.
Yes.
Now where do you go next? What do you do next?
With the cabbage
that you have. Sasa you've planted, umefurahi sasa, umeona zimechipuka sasa pale uko tumebakisha ngapi according to our calendar? Siku mbili. Very nice. We are ready. Umeshaanza kupiga masimu, kanta wewe, kanta yako iko wapi? Ilete very fast. We are about to get rich.
Yes.
We are about to
born here.
Yeah, we are about to cause havoc in this market. Because zile cabbage tuko nazo. Hata in fact, wewe ufungua nini? Fungua store. Juu utauza hadi juice ya cabbage. Utauza. Nani wako na akili itakusaidia? You know, you have a lot of unaona sasa you're good. But before you get there, you must know how to harvest your cabbage. It's very important. Remember, we talked about you can follow all these things that agronomists from the farmers have told you.
Yes.
Umefuata kila kitu. You've been disciplined, you've been patient.
Yes.
You've been very intentional about planting and all these things.
Yes.
But probably your patience ends or your resilience end at harvesting the cabbage. Hapo umekula ng'ombe mzima, mkia ndio inakulemea, maana unatapika, huwezi maliza. So mkia lazima tumalize. And so how to harvest cabbage, very important. And so harvest when head reaches desired size and firm. That's up to you. A mature head left on the stem may split. Days to maturity around 70 days.
Yes.
For almost all the green cabbages varieties. And that's it. When ukishaona imefika the desired size that you probably want, or what the size that is required in the market, unaweza itoa sasa. But at the same time, mature head left on the stem may split.
Yes.
Days to maturity around 70 days for most green cabbages.
So you have to. So actually, your monitoring period should be between 3 and 5 months.
Yes.
Unapata una monitor, usioverdo pia.
Usioverdo nayo hakuna kitu unafanya pale.
So 3 to 5 months una monitor. Unaweza amua 3 to 5 months, lakini ka head katakuwa
kakubwa ama ndogo.
Katakuwa kubwa kidogo.
Yes.
5 months maximum.
Ukishaona sasa this is the desired size that I want.
Yes.
You can harvest.
Kweli kabisa.
Yeah, but make sure, because you have your calendar, right? You have your calendar with you. Just make sure when it's 70 days, that's when now you start observing. This one is it okay for me?
Yes.
Is it what the market actually wants? Because you have the market in mind.
Very true.
Remember, don't be like the guy that you know. We know a guy. Like we know a guy. We know a guy who had very many cabbages. Alafu ikalemea. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy
Learn
that
from
we
that.
know a guy.
Learn from
Yeah. Just have the market ready.
Yes.
Remember, it's all about, we can tell people this is what you can get.
Yes.
We talked about having to translate the money
Yes.
on paper from your business plan. Now the practical part of
Real
it.
cash. Real cash.
Yes. Na watu watakuja hapo watuambie sasa nyinyi mtitudanganya tuweke cabbage. Sasa ona sasa sijui nini. Tunakula kama sungura kwa nyumba. Ugali cabbage hadi ishe. Because we'll give you every advice, we'll give you everything that we have because you're here to attain knowledge. But when we'll help you gain the profits, but at the end the ball is on your side when it comes to market.
Very true, very true.
You have to have the market in mind in terms of pale kwa business plan yako.
Yes, unajua which
right now you get the knowledge that you have, you'll attain right here. And now you don't have a market at the end.
Yes.
Because umeshaambiwa a market everyone consume cabbage. Sasa wewe toa cabbage yako kwa shamba unapelekea wapi? Unapeleka wapi? So you have just have you've targeted. Target market. Ni wapi? If mali huko kuna brokers, when you go to room just to ask the wrong. Kama ile market ndio iko na watu wengi na ni brokers, you can't just reinvent the wheel.
And actually many farmers do farming.
Yeah.
And they are really successful at it.
Yep.
But what they lack is the market.
True. Very true. Market pale sasa, because that's where the money lies.
Actually, the test is in the market.
It is in the market.
The test is in the farm, definitely.
Definitely.
Also the test is in the market because unaweza pata kama mtu alikuwa na shamba ya nyanya zinaiva haraka bwana.
Take
haraka.
Na pia kuharibika pia ni haraka.
So you get so ziko ready, hakuna mtu akuvuna.
Hakuna mtu.
Zinaanza kuharibika. So inabidi mchune haraka kabla kwa store zimeanza. Unaona?
The same with fresh vegetables.
Most of fresh vegetables actually are like that. If you're not keen and don't have like, that's why unapata farmers wanakuja pamoja wanapata market. Sisi kama farmers tunajaribu ku create market ya watu ku penetrate kwa market. You know why? For the produce, because that's a big challenge to farmers. Actually a farmer who has studied and really gotten the art of farming and is really well to it. The major problem is always the market. Where will I take my products in my place?
And now we are talking about the pivot project. Yenye unaweza nisha na probably consuming in your home.
Yes.
Unakula tu polepole hapo.
Yes.
Kama ndugu zako na watoto wako. Then you're like, hey, you talk to your neighbor like, yo, unajua mimi niko na cabbage 1 2 3 siku hizi nafanya cabbage kidogo. Unaweza taka kusikia venye inaonja. Unapatia, hey, the cabbage zako ziko fiti, what are you doing? Wewe nikikuudhia unaweza nunua pesa ngapi? So that's how probably you can start a market if you started as a pivot project and pole tu. Remember, patience has to be there. Kama dawa yako ya patience ni endea dosage, endea dose nyingine ya patience. Because you'll need the patience and so you can start your market pole tu. Si must uwe na pupa ya kwenda huko nje. Nataka sasa wewe marikiti watu wakutambue.
Umefika na kanta.
Huko kuna system bwana. Huko ndio umefika na wewe umeingia na kanta brand new fresh KDB buy. Ama zimefika KDC. KDD
inaelekea hapo sasa hivi.
Huko umeingia na kanta KDD pale unataka watu wakutambue. No, you can't do that. Things don't work like that.
Yes.
So for the market, that's where the test is at. Apart from just making sure you followed all the procedures that are supposed to be followed when it comes to farming, the test is at the market. If your market is not right, if you've not targeted the right market, if you're not ready for the market, then probably you will be that person that will be saying, I know a guy. And also when it comes to harvest, cut each cabbage head as at its base with a sharp knife. Remove any yellow leaves. This because retains loose green leaves. They provide protection in storage. And immediately bring the head indoors or place it in a shade. Alternatively, pull up the plants, the roots and everything, and hang it in a moist cellar that reaches near freezing temperatures. Alright?
Yes, sir.
So kama huwezi fanya hiyo kitu ya kuhang karibu na mahali kwenye wa kufreeze huko Nyahururu, then do the necessary. Just remove the head. Kata tu na a very very sharp knife. Wepeleka pale kwa store. jua itakaa sana because you have a market.
Very true.
Yeah. So
Actually, hiyo ni kitu muhimu sana. In addition to that, in the storage process, while you're harvesting the cabbage,
okay.
and you're cutting at the stem, umewacha some part of it on the ground, na umechukua ingine. Umebona hiyo flappy leaves ni preserve the cabbage.
Yeah.
And actually, you can do double harvesting. You have left the root and the leaves. A small head can go there and keep irrigating. Yes.
That's interesting.
So that's what they took. Mtu anachukua pale,
anachukua tu head peke.
Alafu anakuja na kutengenezea salad.
Yeah, this is the only thing that I can agree we can do salad. That's the only thing. Spinach. Sasa hii nayo juice. Juice ya cabbage. Let me tell you. Cabbage, yes. Actually started having cabbage juicy too.
You take cabbage juice?
Juicy, not juice. Juicy.
Oh.
juicy. Like just recently.
You started eating cabbage recently.
Juicy. Yeah, makes sense, yeah. Because in Raima,
yes,
kwa tunakatiwa cabbage zingine kubwa. My God, and they are boiled.
Alafu inachotwa na maji.
Sasa hiyo ni juice, sasa iko kwa kia. That's the juice that is in my head.
I hear you, bro.
And so from primary school, I've never taken cabbage. Never. I used to at home. My mom used to cook. Wakipikiwa cabbage, mimi ananipikia school. Must.
Wow.
I couldn't stand cabbage because of what I saw in primary. Hey, you know, I used to exchange in Raima. Wow. I used to exchange cabbage. Heri nikule chapo mbili. Kavu na maji. But not that cabbage. It used to be very no.
I'm telling you, you need to find those ladies who cook for you cabbage. Alafu wanaeka salad, maziwa, karoti. I'm telling you, will start loving cabbage.
Ni pole, it's progress. Baby steps. But whatever, that was tormenting for me. It's tormenting more than the beetroot. No, beetroot ni afadhali. What I saw with cabbage,
it's a dark past. It's like a dark past.
That's a dark past. Yeah.
Great.
So even for salad, took time for me to have salad.
Wow.
Yeah, I was tormented by cabbages. So that's where ukiona nikisema mambo ya cabbage juice, kidogo tricky for me because that's what
comes
in my mind. Yeah, but choto hivi cabbage na maji. Anyway, take a short break. We'll be right back with how to store cabbage.
Yes.
And honestly the conversation, we'll continue the conversation on how to harvest because hatujamaliza. Before weke ile kanta yako KDD cabbage uzistore uzipeleke kwa market, you must know how to harvest. And definitely before you get to the market, you must know how to actually store this cabbage. And definitely the most interesting segment of this show, the pan of the day. All that after this short break.
Are you a farmer facing challenges in your farm? Pests, diseases, or even unsatisfactory produce? Worry no more. The solution is here. Join us every Tuesday on Diagnostic Tuesday, where we talk about various issues affecting agriculture and interacting with experts with knowledge in different sectors of agriculture to provide you with appropriate solutions, giving hope to farmers to attain better yields, to achieve financial success and development. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
As we quickly progress from agriculture to agribusiness, market is key. Join us every Wednesday as we bring to you Market Watch, a show that covers candid discussions regarding the state of the market. Tune in and let's turn our farms into businesses.
Farmers is the home of Africa Farmers Club and by extension African farmers. The whole idea behind Farmers is to transform the image of an African farmer from a producer into an agripreneur, somebody who actually does not think about how to produce onions but how much is going to be used to produce onions, and so that way then they can be able to transform their vision, they can be able to look at their farms as businesses, and they can be able to know when to engage with the market. What we have done is that we have developed a hub where farmers bring their information, bring their questions, their challenges, and other farmers are there to come out and help. Facebook has not just been instrumental, Facebook has been a working partner for myself as well. And Facebook has actually transformed the way we relate, an open platform. My background is in tech, and I know you cannot build a platform that can reach out to so many people. Initially it was just a few farmers in 2 counties, Machakos County and Kajiado counties, but now it has transformed. We have a stronger membership from Nigeria and Zambia than even Kenya itself, and the reason behind this is the messages I get from different farmers across Africa. And then something interesting came to my mind and I thought about using the camera. Every time I visited farmers, I would be able to post in the community, in the group, in my own profile, and just share the story of the farmer that I visited. And then I asked myself, why wouldn't I get this information, develop it in a way that other people can be able to benefit? If we go for a training, how do we capture that so that those who are not, the farmers who are not able to come for that training can still benefit? And hence the birth of a farmers media. Our mission as an organization is to help farmers, African farmers, to attain knowledge and grow profits.
Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Our Farmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success.
Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Yes, 15 minutes or quarter past 4 p.m. right here on A-Farmers Media. This is the Farm Day Show with me, Conrad Kibe.
And CJ Timo.
This definitely is a home where we tell the story of an African farmer
Yes,
in
sir.
a direct way. And definitely now, before we continue with our conversation of the oldest vegetable in the world,
Yes, sir.
we said in a blow 1,000 candles, literally. Yacheni unaishingi watu may you blow 1,000 candles or 1,000 candles. Cabbage imefanya hivyo. It's been in existence for more than 1,000 years.
Yes, keep going.
And so to the interesting segment of the day, that is the pan of the day. Director, sijui kama uko nayo, can have it on the screen. Yes, and the pan of the day today is, what vegetable do introverts like?
Do introverts like?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What vegetables do introverts like?
Introvert. Hint.
Quiet peace. Quiet peace. Minji.
Quiet peace.
Peace. Peace is minji. Peace is minji. So they like quiet peace. Introverts wanapenda tu kujiekea. So they like their quiet time. They like their quiet peace. Yeah. So they like their minji being peace. Being very quiet.
I hear you. I guess they're human beings. It is.
Oh, you had a counter for that. Okay. Now you win. Okay, you win.
I am taught by the master himself here.
You're learning from Sensei.
From Sensei.
Okay.
Conrad Kibe.
Okay. All right. That was a good. Okay. Now that tutakuwa tunafanya double pan now. That one I can still recover from excellence. That one. Now you have the human beings. Okay, that was good. That one. You say the introverts are human beings.
Yes.
That's why they like quiet peace.
Yeah.
That one you've won. Okay, you've won.
But you're the master.
Yeah.
You can never be greater than the master.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not until when Kiburi FC.
Okay, hope we beat you guys.
No.
Hey,
We said Liverpool continue hoping. By the way, continue hoping. That one will never happen. Because we have to harvest our cabbages.
Let's do
Before
this.
you beat us, we have to harvest our
cabbages. Okay.
And so we were from cutting the head of the cabbage with a sharp knife.
Yes.
However much you feel it,
Yes.
when tu naifeel. Anasema vile tu naifeel, just do it, okay?
Yes.
Also, to get 2 crops, cut the cabbage head, like you said.
Yes.
Cut the cabbage head out of the plant, leaving the outer leaves and roots in the garden.
Yes.
The plant will send up new heads.
Yes.
So pinch up hizo hadi zikuwe zinakuwa ndogo. Nazinuna oya. We need you in the next 4-5 months. Just rise. So you can do that.
Really
Kama wewe unataka kucheza kama wewe as a farmer.
Yes.
Usikate zote, just leave out the roots,
Yes.
the gardens,
Yes.
and the leaves. You'll be good to go. Stanza kumea kichwa ingine ndogo. Because hiyo itakuwa imekusaidia, the spacing the same, everything is the same. You just go back to the cycle of just watering, kupiga dawa, fertilizers, all that. And you'll be good to go.
Actually, on that, I've seen nowadays hotels like that small cabbage.
Zile ndogo. The salad.
Because they take it, chop.
Inakuwa rahisi kuliko kutoa ingine.
They just clean it.
Yeah.
They dry it.
Okay.
Then they chop it into pieces. They don't cut it all. So unaleta ikina kama machungwa. Alafu inakuwa salad mavitu hapo katikati.
People eat it raw like that.
Yes. Mambo moto moto.
Now, how is it in mimi najua kiwa salad, but you given venye iko sasa?
Yes, actually people eat raw cabbage as a salad, or as part of a salad.
Yeah, when you add some vinegar or something.
Yes. So
But not as a meal, as in take your twist. Mtu akula salad peke yake.
Fork and knife unakula cabbage. Cha. You need
Not,
balance diet.
not in my African mom's home.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
yes.
Yes.
Not unless aniambia niende niishi huko the western in Europe, in America, the western world,
Yes.
but not in her home. Salad. You just unapatiwa cabbage umenunua fresh, unaiosha tu alafu unakatakata na waambia haya. Kuleni salad for tonight. As dinner. Okay. Okay, vile unajifeel. Yeah. If that is your market, your target market, now you know where to go. Just go to these people that wanapenda kula salad. Unasikia, what did you have for dinner? Salad. Just have that as a market for yourselves. You don't have to go for sisi watu wa steam. Yeah. You don't have to. Sisi lazima tukule na starch, lazima ukule na mchele, kidogo na ugali. Si must tukue unasafa kama sisi. And also after harvesting now, remove the entire stem if this is for you who probably doesn't want another head from that same root.
Yes.
After harvesting, remove the entire stem and root system from the soil to prevent diseases.
Yes.
Only compost healthy plants destroy any only compost healthy plants are supposed to remain, so destroy any with a maggot infestation.
Yes.
So if you have realized any root or anything around that crop ikona maggots or anything,
yes,
toa. Wacha tu anything that is compost healthy in the soil.
Yes.
If we're talking about the manure that is there,
yes,
just make sure iko healthy. Kama iko na maggots kidogo, get rid of it.
Kweli kabisa.
Yep. And so now how to store cabbages, because this is important. Remember tushatoa sasa ile test ya pili sasa. The first test was how to plant. Now the second test was how to harvest. Now the last one, before we get to the big one now, which is the market, how to store cabbages. Very, very important.
Yes.
And cabbage can be stored in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks, wrapped lightly in a plastic. Make sure it's dry before storing.
Yes.
All right. In proper root cellar conditions,
yes,
cabbage will keep up to like 3 months. Okay, that one is
wow.
Okay, when you just put them while you refrigerate, inaweza until 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really dope. So inamaanisha actually cabbage have a long storage period of time.
As long as umeweka kwa temperature nzuri, they're good to go.
So hiyo story ya Noah kwani kulenda. It is well.
Sasa hiyo hata iko ina hit mambo ya.
By the way, I know.
Yeah, mambo ya as in it's hard. It's hard, especially mtu ameamua
amekutoka.
You don't even think about storing this. You're thinking about what's next.
Anxiety inaanza kukushika tu.
Yeah.
Kweli.
So that's why we always ask you if you need any assistance. Don't just go to anyone telling you, mimi najua, mimi kitu nimefanya miaka 25, mimi najua, and there's no work, there's no proof to show you that they have done that.
Yes.
You know, when you start in something, you're very desperate. When you're buying a car, when you're buying a house, when you're buying land,
I hear you.
It's your first time, your first car, your first piece of land,
yes,
your first everything. You listen to all advice making sense. Zote. Mtu anakwambia gari ya kwanza, the best car is imported. Your first car, imagine if you want 0 mileage, buy from a motor dealer. Your first car, you're like, everyone is making sense. No, your first car, imagine you have to take a loan. No, your first car, you must buy a second hand. Wow. No, your first plot, everything when you're doing as a first time, it's always making sense.
Yes.
Everything is making, every advice unapewa, hakuna kitu unapinga because you know nothing.
Yes.
And so people will prey on you because they know you're desperate. And if you sound a bit convincing, huyo mtu ndio unaenda naye. And so that can happen to very many farmers.
Yes.
You've never done cabbage for in your entire life. You've never done farming.
Yes.
Someone tells you, whether you have 40,000, come I show you how you can make 400,000. You're like, what? Wait a minute. You can't do that.
Kwani what is it?
Anakwambia, nimefanyia watu wangapi? People out here,
Bowling.
Balling because of me. But they can't tell you. You're like, okay, I want to be like him. And
Wow, that
you get yourself,
desperation.
that desperation. And so many people will will pray on you out here. So make sure you're getting the right advice.
Very
Don't know
true,
you can
very
get
true,
it.
very
Just come to farms.
Yes.
It can help you in terms of getting your soil tested,
Yes.
in terms of getting to know your soil pH,
Very true.
the best seedling, the best fertilizers, the best conditions, all these things. We shall walk with you
Yes.
from the first step to
To
the
the
last.
last step.
You don't have to.
Journey of the farm.
You know, cheap is expensive. When you
Cheap
go
is
for
expensive.
these people who are just giving you advice, just asking you for kidogo money like 1,000 or 500 shillings, mimi nitakuonesha mahali kwa plot inaweza na hajakuonesha title deed. Nakwambia hii plot wewe weka chini unataka. Then after you planted everything you're like, hey,
Kumbe
hii shamba
imenunuliwa.
yeah, unaanza kupata makoti.
Inakuwa serious case.
Being somebody in court because you trusted in them, because they showed you, they welcomed you with open arms. Come. We got goodies.
And you
Can
run
show
and you run.
You run. You're like, yes. Kumbe inakonga rahisi.
Trap.
That's what you tell me. It's very easy.
You
Why
think-
do people say farming is very hard? You're like, buying the first car inakonga rahisi. Kuimport gari mnasemanga ni ngumu pale kwa port Mombasa. Very easy. By the time you're getting there. In fact, around the port kuna kuanga na police station.
Ya kureport cases
You know, you go there and you're like, you're reporting your first car has been stolen. Wametoka, unauliza how much? Gari I bought at 800,000 na buy hiyo ni kidogo. Kuna mtu amekuja hapa na 12 million. So you understand? So don't be like that farmer who you like. We know a guy who just aliambiwa invest in this money and then anabaki na 75,000 cabbages.
But I understand there's that first time video you're saying that's really key, man. That's why we need to walk you. You need to find someone to walk you with you as a farmer, and that's why we're here as a farmers. Take advantage of that, or somebody might take advantage of you.
People will take advantage of you, especially in this economy and the way the world is evolving.
Wow.
People just send you photos. You know, people will be like, say, nionyeshe photos za shamba yako. I can take any photos on the gram,
on the Google,
the internet. Nikutumie nikuonyeshe ndio shamba yangu. Iko wapi? Iko na huko Pasinamanga na huko ndani karibu na Tanzania. Because they know you can't say wacha 20 Tanzania, wacha tu. Wacha basi nimekuamini. And they do so many things to you. So
Very
just
true,
go for people who actually will help you in this, because especially if they notice you're a first-time farmer, they'll take advantage of you.
Discount people, yes, very true.
They are con artists and they'll help you. So as we actually wind up,
Yes,
it's good to note that the replanted cabbages won't produce full heads, but they should go to seed by the end of the 4 or 5 months.
Yes.
Providing next year around there'll be the seeds of cabbage and there'll be cabbage all round.
Oh, so if they don't actually release the head, then they definitely have some seeds there.
Yes.
That you can use for planting, which is good.
Yes. So that is very important. So make sure when you're having any advice, when you're doing your research, when you're doing your business plan, just make sure you're using the right channels, you're using the right people, the right agronomists, the right people around you. Just make sure you surround yourself with great people, with great minds, with people who are genuine to help you. Definitely at A-Farmers, we can do that. We can help you from the first step to the last step in terms of soil testing, in terms of giving you seeds or actually selling to you seeds, the right seed, the best seeds, and advise you accordingly to the best fertilizer you can use, either organic, inorganic, whatever suits you, whatever floats your boat, will be there for you. So make sure you can call our numbers that are on the screen. You can call that number. It's on the screen. Or if probably you want, not everyone is a caller. So if you're a texter and probably you are always online, you can DM us, you can talk to us on our comment section. Any question that you have, any query regarding to cabbage farming, either it's the seeds, the pH, the soil type, either alkaline, uko na acidic soil, or you in a place where you have acidic soil or alkaline soil, or you want some lime soil to neutralize your acidic soil, just talk to us as A-Farmers, and we are here to help for you to attain the knowledge and at last grow your profits, gain your profits, because that is the joy for you as a farmer. It's always a joy for every farmer to see they've attained the knowledge, they have done it practically, and at the end they are reaping their profits, or they are reaping from the profits and becomes not just a hobby but a profession,
Very
right?
true, yeah.
So when you come back, for those stuck on the roads or for those planning to travel, we'll be right back with the traffic updates. Yeah, 25 minutes to 5 p.m. right here on Farmers Media. This is the Farm Drive Show with me, Comrade Kibe.
And the JT Mo.
And definitely, this is the home where we tell the story of an African farmer in detailed form. And we are about to conclude now what to wa. For those traveling on the roads, remember around Mount, it's not Mount Kenya. Why am I just thinking about Mount Kenya? But anyway, if you're around Mombasa Road, just remember the traffic starts at Cabanas.
Yes.
It's very, very heavy, all the way to around Airtel, Karibuna Airtel. On your way to Southern Bypass. So if you're using Southern Bypass, very clear as crystal, so you can use that way. But after that, in a build up all the way to Nyayo Stadium, na kutoka Nyayo Stadium kama kawaida builds up all the way to the roundabout around University of Nairobi. So if you're using that lane, and if you can avoid that road as much as possible, kama ni kupitia we have the Lante Road, we pitia shortcuts zote, but if you can avoid Nyayo Stadium and all the way to the University University of Nairobi, that stretch, you can avoid that road. Please make sure you do so. And definitely watu wa Lang'ata Road pale T-Mall, as always, just about that roundabout. If you're heading to Lang'ata Road, just remember around the T-Mall roundabout, hapo ndio shida iko, na watu wa kutoka Kenyatta National Hospital kama unashuka na Riara all the way hiyo side yote Mbagathi Road, hapo pale ni parking lot vibaya sana. Watu wa Ngong Road tago mtengenezeo barabara, mulisema traffic, you can't relate. So Ngong Road is as clear as crystal as always. Na watu wa kutoka Nairobi mnakuja na Matope Town, watu wa Kinoo, shout out to you, mnatumia Waiyaki Way, just know the traffic is around ABC, so mnaweza kurudisha matope yenu nyumbani. But the traffic is around Waiyaki Way, iko pale karibu na ABC. So if you're heading towards Kinoo, all those sides, hamna traffic mingi, because why do you have traffic and you have mud? Doesn't make sense. So traffic iko karibu Waiyaki Way, lakini imefika pale ABC, from ABC pale Westlands, watu wa Kinoo, you're good to go. Yep.
Yes,
na watu of course wa Thika Road, pale Globe Cinema, hapo roundabout, hapo ndio shida iko. Until Muthaiga, all the way to Muthaiga Mental Hospital, all those sides is very very clear. Lakini pale Allsops, hapo ndio kashida kanaanzia. So if you are around all those places, just make sure you keep safe. Make sure if you can avoid all those places, tafadhali, just do that. Ulikuwa unasema?
Yes, but they will notice girl child on uchingisho wameshanuka sana.
Wamechanuka kwa nini?
Si wanaona umesikia traffic updates. Kwa hivyo kama mzee wezi mambo kwa jam na kama najua jam iko hapo.
Hawezi danganya. Tunaumiza bocha. No, lakini why should you lie?
Ngong Road niko kwa jam.
No.
Wewe hakuna jam.
As we wind up, I remember the curfews. Finally,
yes.
Tuliacha kusikia vibaya watu wa 5 red zones. And so what do you call it's a stolen joke. What do you call shortage of cars?
A shortage of cars.
Yeah.
Car short. Ai?
Shortage of cars.
Shocker.
No. Curfew. So the curfew or shortage of cars is at 10 p.m.
Oh my goodness.
Across the country. So make sure you are home before 10 p.m. Not to Thika Road. Finally, you have ample time to get home, and everyone around Nairobi. So just make sure you are home before 10 p.m. Remember, just the curfew being lifted to 10 p.m. doesn't mean the coronavirus is not around. So in the next few minutes, the Ministry of Health will be giving the updates in the last 24 hours. So make sure if you don't catch that tomorrow, during the breakfast show or the mid-morning show, we'll be giving you the updates. And you should be well informed of that. And we are happy to see the positive rate, at least it's going less than 10%. But make sure, as according to WHO, walisema ni 5% containment rate. So we are getting there slowly because of following the 3 protocols being given by MOH and WHO. That is wearing a mask, and not just wearing a mask, hakikisha umeivaa vizuri, sanitize when necessary, and definitely keep your social distance, because we need you tomorrow right here at 3 p.m. as we do the farm drive show. And tomorrow we'll be having a very very interesting conversation, because when we start kati ya PSG na Man City, tutaona nani wanaitangwa vigogo wa mpira. Vigogo wa mpira. So unaweza kafunga.
We thank you so much for tuning in, and like Conrad said, we need you here for tomorrow, man. Thank you so much. God bless. Tunane kesho Mungu akisema. It's been your host with me, ZJ Timo.
And as always, Conrad Kibe, always appreciate the people around you. Give them flowers when they can still smell them, and give them and write those long paragraphs of appreciation when they can still read them. Right? So take care of yourselves, especially if you're using public service vehicles. Tafadhali jichunge and be kind to one another. Tukutane kesho hapa 3 p.m. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Right.